Welcome, dear friends, to the class of Indian financial system. In our today's class, we are further going to discuss about another component of financial system, and that is under financial market. We are going to talk about the money market part. Friends, you are aware that there are 5 components of any financial system. One is the financial regulator, financial institutions. They are also known as financial intermediaries. The third component is the financial markets. Thereafter, we have financial instruments, and the last one is the financial services. Now, in which we have completed our discussion on the first two components, namely regulator and institutions. We are continuing our discussion on the third component, namely financial market. Again, the financial markets are categorized into two parts, capital market and money market. Capital market again is divided into two parts. One is the equity segment and another is the debt or the borrowed segment. Under the equity, again there are three categories. One is the primary issue, second one is the secondary issue, and the third one is the derivatives segment. Our debt market again is having a primary and secondary segment, and it has got 4 components. First one is the private company debt, second one is the public sector unit bond market, third one is the government securities market, and again any state government comes out with the securities debt, then again it is categorized as the government securities market. Now coming to the second very important part, that is the money market, that we are going to talk in today's lecture. Money market again is covered in our unit 3 as in detail, right? Money market and capital market, both the topics are going to be covered in detail in our third unit. Apart from that, we are also going to discuss the money market institutions and that particularly the role of Reserve Bank of India, right, in our second unit. So I will not be going in lot of detail at this point. However, we'll be touching upon to understand what is the money market. Now, capital is nothing but long-term funds, and money is nothing but the hard cash. So money can be called as a cash or cash equivalent, where we are talking about the market for ready cash or any other security which can be quickly converted into. So money market comprises of the market for ready cash or any other instrument or security which can be easily, quickly converted into the cash. Now, cash is required, right, for by everybody to do many things. Like in SY semester 3, we have talked about the objectives of holding cash, right? So there are three motives. One is the precautionary motive, second one is the transaction, and the third one is the speculation, right? So to do or complete or carry out our day-to-day activities, right, we need cash. We should keep some cash available for emergencies, right, if some opportunity comes. And also when any business opportunity comes and we want to generate, or when we want to grab that opportunity and earn more, right? So at that time also cash or funds are very much required. So there is a huge market for immediate cash. And the money market instruments are, the first one is the treasury bill, then we have got call money market, third one is the commercial bill, then thereafter we have got commercial papers, thereafter we have got certificate of deposits, and last one is the term money. Again, term money has got two sections, one is the primary segment and secondary segment. Now let us talk about the each instrument in very short, one by one. In detail, we are again going to learn in our second and third unit. So I am not explaining in detail right now. If you see the photocopy or the material which I have sent, right, of this chapter or of this unit, you will observe that there are about 2 paragraphs that are given in explanation of these systems. Anyway, coming to the money market, right? Now the treasury bills are known as the treasury bills because they are issued by the treasury of our country or our government. They are issued by Reserve Bank of India. The very important treasury bills are issued by Reserve Bank, and Reserve Bank is the treasury for government. See, when we talk about the government, what is government? Government is nothing but the elected representatives of Indian citizens. And the government, right, which is formed as a ministry, the tenure is 5 years, and again, you know, there is an election. So basically, when we say the government is run by the officials, right, that is officials under different ministry, under the, and there is a secretariat at the central and state government level. But the government is short lived, maybe maximum term is 5 years or it can be less. So the government does not cannot borrow or provide money on its own, right? So there has to be one intermediary, there has to be an organization which will take care of the banking requirements of the government. And Reserve Bank of India takes care of the banking requirement of Government of India. So any requirement of fund that is taken care of by the Reserve Bank, and if there is any surplus or if there is any exchange to be done, again that is handled by Reserve Bank of India. Now treasury bills are known as treasury bills because they are issued by Reserve Bank, which is the treasury of our country. Apart from that, treasury bills are also known as the government securities. They are also known as gilt-edged securities. Gilt means precious metal or gold. And the treasury bills are issued at the same time, and a certain percentage of the treasury bill is kept as a reserve with the Reserve Bank of India. So gold reserve is available as a backup for the treasury bill, and therefore it is known as gilt-edged securities. They are also known as risk-free securities. Why risk-free? Because they are the sovereign bonds, and these bonds are issued by Reserve Bank. Reserve Bank is the bank of government, right? So basically, the risk of two things. Number one, non-payment of the principal amount is very less. The treasury bills are what? What are the treasury bills? Treasury bills are issued to meet the requirement of money by the government. Now we are aware that every year government presents its uh, statement of income and expenditure by way of annual budget. Now, since independence, there are no instances where our income and expenditure, right, there is a surplus in the budget. It is always in the deficit. So when the budget is in deficit, it means that government income is less as compared to the expenditure government is supposed to do. Now that deficit, how do we meet that deficit? Immediately after independence, government instructed Reserve Bank of India that you print the currency notes equivalent to the deficit amount, and deficit जितना होता था उसका proportion में currency note हम हमारी country Reserve Bank छापती थी, and that currency notes were issued to the government and that money used to again come back to the economy, and because of that the government, very important is that government could meet its requirement of cash, right, by printing the notes. However, it so happened that if you continuously resort to printing of the notes, what happens is that the supply of money increases in the market, and with no corresponding or with no equivalent supply of goods and services. So basically we have got too much money chasing too few goods, and because of that it results into the inflation. Now Reserve Bank pointed out to the government that you are requiring us to meet your budgetary requirement, and we are, as and when required, we are printing the notes, but because of that inflation is again increasing. Now Reserve Bank said that now we are not going to continue in this manner, and Reserve Bank told the central government that you must give us an estimate of how much total money, right, or cash you require within 1 year's time to meet your budgetary deficit requirement. Apart from that, you are not only required to give a total figure, but you are also required to give us a plan. Plan means that for 1 year, how much money you require, for 6 months, for 3 months, within 1 month. So again, the total requirement will be broken down according to the time period, but if the time period will be less than 1 year, so it will be maximum 364 days. And to implement this program, Reserve Bank of India came out with the treasury bills which were of less than 1 year. The time period used to vary from 14 days, 364 divided by 2, तो 6 महीने का हो गया 182 days. Again, if you want for 3 months, then it was 182 divided by 2, that is 91 days. And then the least was about 14 days, right? So the treasury bills were issued by the Reserve Bank, and the treasury bills will be issued to whom? The treasury bills will be issued to primarily to the banks, large corporations. Again, the institutions can also participate, and individuals like us can also participate, or we can also purchase the treasury bills that are issued by Reserve Bank of India. So when we purchase, see the denomination can be in a multiple of 10,000, 50,000, right, like that. So basically the treasury bills are always issued at a discount. It means that a 10,000 rupee face value treasury bill, hypothetical example I am giving, right, will be available to you for about 9,950 rupees. So for 10,000 rupees you are getting a discount of 50 rupees. So basically the treasury bills are always issued at a discount. And on maturity, suppose the term is 6 months, then after 182 days you will be getting 10,000 rupees back. So your purchase price is 9950, and your after 6 months you will receive 10,000. So the difference between the two, right, will be the rate of return for the investor. And if you want to calculate exactly how much will be the return, then you have to simply find out the internal rate of return, क्योंकि जो आप 9950 दे रहे हो वो है आपका पीवी ऑफ कैश आउटफ्लो, इसके सामने आपके पास जो 10,000 मिल रहा है, राइट, उसको आप कोई भी एक डिस्काउंट रेट लेके आप उसका एनपीवी आपको ढूंढना है. वो एनपीवी अगर प्लस माइनस जो है इसके मुताबिक आप assume another rate and find out one more NPV, and then based on that when you find out the IRR you will be getting the rate of return on that 6 months treasury bill. So the difference between the purchase price and the redemption price, redemption value, is the rate of return on the treasury bills. Now what happens? The Reserve Bank issues the treasury bill and Reserve Bank will get the funds, and that money or the funds will be provided to the government to meet its budgetary deficit requirement. And now the government is again required to return that money क्योंकि हमने ये treasury bill issue करती है reserve bank. Because of that, it is nothing but the government's borrowing program, short term borrowing program. So when the through reserve bank, when government is borrowing the funds, then whenever the redemption comes, right, आपको जब reserve bank is going to give you the money back 10,000 rupees, आपको वापस मिलेगा. Who will be giving it back? The government will give back that money to the RBI, and RBI will give it back to the to the one who have purchased the treasury bills. So very importantly, government, right, in other ways we can say that through government, through reserve bank, government is borrowing money or short-term capital from the market to meet its budgetary deficit program. So the first one is the treasury bills. We are going to look into in good detail about the money market instruments in our further lectures, right? There is इससे बहुत डीप में डिटेल में ट्रेडिंग कैसा होता है, कैसे आप खरीदते हो, अभी लेटेस्ट भी गाइडलाइंस चेंज हुई है. दैट आई विल कम बैक टू यू in my next lectures. Second one is the call money market, right? Call money market is again a very important component of the money market because all banks, right, all type of banks, it can be a public sector, private sector, foreign, cooperative, any type, all type of banks are required to fulfill the requirement imposed by RBI for cash reserve ratio and statutory liquidity ratio, right? The bank is required to keep some reserves at the end of the day. Now, during the day, whatever transactions take place in a bank, if you take the position at the end of the day, right, then the bank may find that they have surplus funds, or some bank will have deficit, or some bank will have to borrow funds to adjust for the SLR and CRR requirement. So now every day in the evening, all banks are required to settle their CRR SLR requirement, and for that there is a interbank transfer. There is a interbank transfer of funds. जिनके पास surplus होगा वो जिनको जरूरत होगी उनको देंगे. So there is a lending and borrowing of cash for one day. It is not even one day, we can say overnight. I hope it is clear to you, right? So that is the rate of interest charge for the call money market is also known as overnight interest rate, because the money is borrowed or lended on only for one night only. So call money market, the basic or the primary participants are all type of banks, because they need to adjust for their CRR and SLR requirements. Apart from the banks, other institutions who are having surplus funds, they are also eligible to participate in the call money market. The third category is the commercial bills. Now, commercial bills are nothing but the bills which are issued for the purchase of commodities by the supplier. So whenever we buy anything, right, हम लोग कुछ भी खरीदते हैं, at that time we are receiving a bill. Now that bill is known as the commercial bill, right? When GST was about to be implemented, Gujarat, Goods and Service Tax, उससे पहले VAT यानी Value Added Tax का implementation हुआ. At that time, for customer education program, government was giving advertisement that do not forget to take bill from your supplier, right, from your shopkeeper, because bill is very important, right? Commercial bill is very important. Based on that, the traders are required to pay the taxes and duties to the government. So bill is a very important document. So think about a large company which is engaged in selling goods. Let us take example of, अगर हम Reliance की बात करें और हम L&T की बात करें, which is right selling different items. We can have example of any automobile company like Hero Honda or Maruti, right? They are selling the goods, right, to the vehicles to the customers. Now, what happens is that whenever we buy any vehicle, what we get is the commercial bill. I hope it is clear to everybody, right? So, the commercial bill is again very important, and it is widely used money market instrument. Now, why commercial bills are important? See, in most of the in cases like car, etc., the immediate payment is required to be done. But however, if you go to the normal business, right, or company, the companies purchase raw material, components, etc., from a few suppliers, and the suppliers do provide us the credit or some time period for making payment to the customer. So suppose you are getting some material of rupees 1 lakh. Suppose somebody is dealing in the electrical items and they are purchasing fan from Havells and Usha and Bajaj, etc., totaling to rupees 5 lakh from different companies, right? It means that the company will be providing some credit that, okay, suppose 15 days or 1 month, right? And the trader is required to pay money after 1 month. Now, such commercial bills where the credit is also provided to the customer are very important component of the money market, and that is again a very important instrument of money market. See now, suppose you are buying material worth rupees 1 lakh and you are getting 1 month credit. It means that you have the material which is valued 1 lakh rupee. You are able to use that material. Suppose in production you are able to use. You can convert it into finished goods, sell it to your customer, and you can even get the cash. But you are not required to pay the money for how many days? 30 days. It means that suppose you are required to purchase that 1 lakh rupee material in cash, it means that whenever you wanted to buy, you should have 1 lakh rupee cash available with you. Now, if you are buying on credit, it means that your requirement of money, how much? 1 lakh is taken care of for 1 month by the credit provided by your supplier. So, the this is a very informal market of not informal, but I would also say that it is very well formalized also. And this market or such a way of dealing with the customer is very important because you are immediately getting the working capital requirement, you are immediately getting the cash by simply getting the credit from your supplier. Again, those bills can be discounted with the bank, those bills can be presented to the bank by the supplier, and the bank gives certain percentage like 70-80% money to the supplier. That mechanism we are going to learn in our next chapter, right? So the second category is the commercial, next one is the commercial bill. Then we have got the commercial paper, right? Now what do you mean by commercial paper? See, when we are talking about the public limited companies, right? Now public limited companies, they require capital for long as well as short term. For long term capital, companies do issue the equity, debenture, preference, bonds, etc. etc. Generally, the long term capital requirement is also taken care by through the source of long term sources, right? क्योंकि इक्विटी वगैरह का जो पैसा आता है, जो लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल है, from that certain part is also used for working capital management or to fulfill the working capital requirement. However, the companies can also go to the banks and institutions to meet their working capital requirements. So, company has got various sources to meet its working capital requirements. Apart from that, companies definitely have access to the commercial bill. So, commercial bill का तो use करते ही है. However, suppose suddenly or very quickly, right? Or right, there is a requirement of capital, working capital, and that too for a short time period, that is less than 1 year. can there be any instrument? I am repeating, can there be any instrument that can be issued by the company to get short term capital? See, हमारे पास जो इक्विटी कैपिटल है, डिबेंचर है, बॉन्ड है, प्रेफरेंस शेयर है, ये सब इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स है, राइट, फिनेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट है. तो ये इंस्ट्रूमेंट इशू करके कंपनी कैपिटल ले सकती है, बट दैट कैपिटल इज फॉर लॉन्ग टर्म. Debentures are issued for more than 3, 5, 10 years, right? Bonds tenure can be 10 years, 20 years. Equity capital is as good as permanent. Preference shares are also issued for a time period more than 1 year. But suppose company wants short-term funds from the market, then does the company have any instrument like equity shares, right? ऐसा कोई सर्टिफिकेट या ऐसा कोई इंस्ट्रूमेंट इशू करके whether company can get working capital or no, short-term capital or no. So earlier the commercial papers were not in existence in our country. Reserve Bank of India gave permissions to the company somewhere in 90s that companies can issue the commercial paper to raise short-term capital, right? And on which companies required to carry out many exercise before issuing the commercial paper. Because the company needs to go for rating of the commercial paper that we are going to learn in our further chapter. Apart from that, company needs to take commission from its bank. Company needs to talk to any other industries also, and then company can launch the commercial paper. But however, the repayment of the commercial paper has to be done within 1 year only. And primarily it is meant to meet the short-term working capital requirement. So that is the commercial paper. The next one is the certificate of deposit. Now the certificate of deposits are issued by the commercial banks. Now what happens is that there are two ways the banks or two situations the bank encounter. One is that the bank are not having enough funds so that it can give loan, and there are many customers who are asking for loan, but bank doesn't have capital to doesn't have enough of funds or to provide loan to the customer. And other way is that bank is having lot of funds, and there are very few customers who are coming to the bank to take the loan. Right now we have got the second condition where banks are flooded with money and there are few takers for the loan, especially in the housing. Because अगर आप थोड़ा न्यूज़ आप देखते हो, पढ़ते हो या फिर बैंक का कुछ आपको न्यूज़ मिलता है तो आप देखना, every housing finance company is providing housing loan at about 6.25%, right? 6.3, 6.25, very low rate of interest. Earlier it was about 9.25, 9.5, etc. Right now you are able to get housing loan and house improvement. अगर आपका घर हो और वो घर में अगर आपको कुछ मरम्मत करवानी है, आपको थोड़ा बढ़ाना है, आपको डेकोरेट करना है, उसके लिए भी काफ़ी पैसा चाहिए होता है. For that also bank provide loan and the rate of interest is 6.25, 6.5, not more than that. And you are getting the advertisements, right? Or you will get the flash on the company's website, bank's website. And therefore, what does this mean? When banks are able to provide a loan at a lower rate of interest, the one indication is that banks are having access to the cheaper funds. બેંકો પાસે 6.25% રેટથી ઓછા ભાવે એ લોકો પાસે કેપિટલ હોય તો જ 6.25% લોન આપી શકે, કારણ કે બેંક ખોટ ખરીને તો ઓછા ભાવે ઓછા રેટે લોન આપવાની નથી. So one part is that the banks are having access to the capital or funds which are very cheap. That is one. Second one, there are not many people who would like to take the loan, and therefore banks are required to offer loan at a lower rate of interest. And why banks are advertising? Because they are not having enough people to come and take housing loan. So basically what happens is that there are two conditions. When you have got enough funds and there are no takers, that's not a problem. But if you don't have funds and still many people want funds or want to take loan, then where do we get the money from? At that time, banks can issue certificate of deposit. On certificate of deposit, the bank will pay a little higher rate of interest, and even at a higher rate of interest, the bank will provide loan to the customer. Right? So, certificate of deposit is an instrument that can be used by the banks in case where the money funds available with the banks are less and there are many people who want to take the loan. So that is the certificate of deposit. The term money, again there are two segments. One is the primary and second one is the secondary. So issue of any of this, right? जो भी हमारे जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट है when it is directly issued from the RBI to the investor, right, or from the bank to the investor, or from the company to the investor, they are all coming under the primary category. But when the transactions or the trading is done among the investors, right, it is known as the secondary part. Again, the commercial paper, term money deposit, treasury bills also. Again, there is a secondary market, and for that, for treasury bill, we have to open a separate account which is known as SGL, that is Security General Ledger account with the bank, right? वो हमें खुलवाना पड़ेगा. फॉर दी कमर्शियल पेपर हम लोग उसका भी एक ट्रेडिंग हम इसको हम एंडोर्स करके प्रॉमिसरी नोट को एंडोर्स करके हम किसी को हम बेच सकते हैं. जो कमर्शियल बिल है तो अगर मैंने किसी को बेचा है तो मेरे पास साइन किया हुआ बिल होगा, राइट, कि भाई मैंने आपको इतना मटेरियल सप्लाई किया है. सपोज 5 लाख का मटेरियल मैंने किसी को सप्लाई किया है, so I am giving him material, but I will have the bill and acceptance and delivery challan signed that I have supplied 5 lakh rupee material to XYZ party. Now that bill, I am going to get the money, let us assume after 3 months, right? So why should I wait for 3 months? I can take that document to my bank, right? And I can ask my bank कि मेरे पास ये 5 लाख का मैंने इसको मटेरियल सप्लाई किया है, मगर वो मुझे 3 महीने के बाद पैसा मुझे मिलने वाला है अकॉर्डिंग टू माई टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस, according to the purchase terms and conditions. Now, if I give you the documents, will you give me some portion or some percentage? Now, that is known as the bill discounting facility with the bank, and in that facility, the bank provide at least 75% to 80% of the value of the bill upon presentation to the customer. And again, those bills can be discounted and rediscounted even by the bank. That we are going to learn in our further chapter. So we have got the third category is the second category is the money market. Money market is the market for the very short term. It the time period varies from 1 day to 364 days. 1 day overnight to 364 days, right? So short term money market है. उसके बाद हमारे पास there are various instruments like treasury bills, call money market, commercial bills, commercial paper, certificate of deposit, and again it can be categorized into the primary and secondary segment. You have any questions in the money market? Any questions, friends? Any questions? Okay. I have about 5 minutes time. I will just introduce the financial instruments. So friends, in our next lecture, we are going to take up the topic on financial instruments. Financial instruments are categorized into two parts. according to the term, that is the time period, and second according to the time. Now, according to the term, we have got short term, medium term, and long term. On the other hand, according to the type, we have got two categories. One are the primary securities and second one are the secondary securities. So according to the term, we have got short term, that is all money market instruments are short term instruments. Medium term can be, we can have debentures, right, which can be of 3 to 5 years, etc. The equity capital bonds, right, they are very long term securities. On the other hand, we have got the, according to the type, one are the primary securities and another are the secondary securities. Now we have got primary means that they are the generic, basic securities, right? So we have got equity, preference capital, debenture and various other combinations of the securities. They are known as the primary securities. So basically the equity shares are issued in its pure form, right, with a face value and some premium. Even for the preferences, the terms and conditions like time period, dividend, amount, face value will be clear. Redemption amount, everything will be clear. And again for the debentures, at the time period, interest rate, redemption amount, premium or discount, etc. will be, terms and conditions will be very clearly given and they are considered as the basic securities. Now the basic securities have been revamped and changed, and we have got the second category, they are the secondary securities. One is the time deposit, is a secondary security. Second one we have is the mutual fund units, and the third one is the insurance policy. Now see what happens is that the mutual fund is a secondary security because they are not, no doubt they are, mutual fund units are issued by the mutual fund organizations or mutual funds, but they are not the original securities, right? They are actually, the investment in the mutual funds is done by the mutual fund in the securities that are issued by the different companies, etc., etc. So basically, the mutual fund simply gets the capital or funds from the people and it is investing in the company's equity shares and other securities, and against the capital which is pooled from the investor, just to show that we are having this much capital with us, and that the representative security is known as the mutual fund unit, right? So mutual fund units are no doubt issued, but it is not a primary or the basic security. And the third category again is the insurance policy, because under insurance policy also the insurance company issues us the insurance policy, but through that company is not collecting or raising any capital, right? It is a product. The mutual fund units are again a product of the mutual fund, right? The term deposit is a product of the bank. बैंक हमें जो टर्म डिपॉजिट या एफडी निकाल के देती है, दैट इज अ प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द बैंक, राइट? एक सर्विस, एक प्रोडक्ट है वो हमारी बैंक की है, वो टर्म डिपॉजिट है. अगर हम बैंक की कैपिटल के बारे में बात करें तो बैंक हैज गॉट इट्स ओन इक्विटी, प्रेफरेंस, बोरोड कैपिटल, एटसेट्रा. But when we talk about equity, preference, debentures, bonds, etc., it becomes part of the capital of the company. It becomes part of the capital of the company. मगर जो secondary security है, they are the securities issued by the company. They are the products of the company. They are the products, right? They are not the securities that are raised or issued for raising the capital, right? तो जो हमारा security है, through which any organization or any institution, right, is raising capital through that security, then it will be known as the primary security. The capital collected or the funds collected through the primary security will appear in the liability side as the share capital, owner's capital and borrowed capital. However, whenever we are issuing this mutual fund policy and it, so it becomes part of the funds collected from the investor or the mutual fund holders, and those funds are again handled by the company. So basically one is a product and another is a source of capital. तो दोनों में हम कंपनी को पैसा देते, इक्विटी शेयर खरीदते हैं तभी पैसा देते हैं, म्यूचुअल फंड के यूनिट खरीदते हैं तभी पैसा देते हैं. But mutual fund unit is a product, whereas equity capital is the source of capital. Long-term capital will form part of the liability side of the company's balance sheet. So I hope this is the basic difference between the primary and the secondary security, and that is all regarding the financial instruments. We will be learning about the financial services in our next lecture. Thank you so very much.